my name is Neman Johnson. I am so glad that you're here. I am very delighted to share this series with you. It is called To My Tiny Typhoons, and it's really a digital catalog of different life lessons that I have been recording and storing away for my teenage daughters. I have two incredible powerhouse teenage daughters, and I've been thinking about this since they were born. What are the lessons that I want to make sure that they have as they're growing up? I originally was going to compile everything into a book for them, but I decided that I wanted to actually create a digital catalog, and this, you are watching it. And so thank you so much for spending your time with me and using your time, your precious time, to listen to things that I have to say to my daughters. Everything is going to be framed in addressing this to my tiny typhoons, my lovies, my girls, my babies. And I really do hope that you are encouraged and possibly challenged with what I have to share with them. I hope that you interpreted that maybe this could be for you too. And so I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so honored that you're here. I hope that you will engage, that you will subscribe, you will like, because honestly, your girl is trying to create another stream of income. So hit subscribe, like, engage, comment. I would love to connect with you via this YouTube channel, and I hope you have the most wonderful day. After you watch this, I hope you go into the world and make it a significantly better place. Thank you. Bye. Hi girlies, my tiny typhoons. This is the first video that I'm recording for you in this series, To My Tiny Typhoons. I originally wanted to write you an entire book of all the one-liners and encouragement and sassiness and feralness, so that you can have a copy of it when you grow up. But I decided to do a digital catalog and, with encouragement of some close friends, make these videos public so maybe other people can be encouraged, challenged, and maybe somebody just needs a mom to give these kind of life lessons to. And because I'm your mom, I am going to really make this directed towards you. And if you are watching and you are clearly not a byproduct of me, then I hope that it encourages you. Thank you for spending your time watching these videos that I'm really catering to my tiny typhoons, and that's how I reference my daughters. I call them my babies, my girlies, my lovies. And so, yeah, I'm so glad you're here. Today's letter or video to my tiny typhoons is all about the phrase that I used when you were growing up and still use today, which is the higher the pants, the higher the confidence. And I came up with this one liner when you were toddlers and I was the director of a women's ministry. And I just always remember anytime I had to be up on stage for preaching or anything like that, I would always wear my pants very high. I naturally wear my pants very high. I do. I pull it up, and if I can get it like right under the bra line, like I'm not mad about that. When I was pregnant with you, pregnancy leggings, those bad boys go up, and I was about it. And when I was dressing you as babies and toddlers, I would pull your pants up high because I'm your mom, and I was just imparting that lovely yank 'em up high kind of confidence. As you're growing up, when I used the higher the pants, the higher the confidence, what I was really trying to instill in you is really twofold with this. Is the first one, identify what makes you comfortable when you're dressing yourself. Because when you are not distracted with the discomfort, you enter into spaces differently. And this is something that I learned growing up, is that when I wore clothes that I felt comfortable in, I was just more confident because I wasn't distracted with how uncomfortable a piece of clothing was. And so I was a teen in the 90s, which meant that we were in a season of big fan of low rise pants. And girlies, if you want to be a low rise rider, I support you, as long as it is what you are comfortable in. And the heart of the higher the pants, the higher the confidence is, what are you comfortable in? learn how to identify those things and wear those things. So the first one is comfort, because when you are not distracted by your discomfort in clothing, you actually enter into spaces with more confidence, because then there isn't one more thing that's lingering in your mind. And just want to say, my tiny typhoons, my babies, one of the things that I love in this season of your life as teenagers is I do love seeing you figure out your style, and figure out what are the things you like and you don't like. Right now, it's super hip for you to wear oversized clothing, which fantastic, love that. And you grew up in the season where everything was a crop top, and that was a whole vibe. But what I always will encourage you to do is dress to be comfortable, and because then you won't be distracted with discomfort. And the second part of the higher the pants, the higher the confidence is really coming from a place of dressing with the day in mind, dressing yourself with what you're trying to accomplish that day. And so, Dad and I will always prepare you when, if we were going on a hike, we would say, hey, we're going on a hike. So you want to wear clothes that you can hike in, you want to wear shoes that you can hike in. And surprisingly, girlies, right now in your life, where you are at, you wear a lot of tennis shoes. In our household, tennies. You wear a lot of tennies, and we love that because right now you're a student. You are walking around all day. You are trying to be comfortable because, again, right? You enter into spaces differently when you are not distracted by the discomfort of what you have on. But what you're trying to achieve in your day as a student is being able to be a student. So we're also encouraging you, two parts of the higher the pants, the higher the confidence, is to think forward and to think about, what am I trying to achieve with what I am wearing? So when you were itty bitty babies and toddlers, I loved having you pick out your own clothes. I loved when it didn't match. I didn't care. Like I wanted you to dress like a child. I wanted you to be able to get your clothes dirty. I wanted you to be feral on the playground if you wanted to be feral on the playground. I wanted you to have the freedom of all that. And so I would just have you pick out a top and pick out a bottom. And one of the things that I notice is that, and I think back in your cute little squish faces, is the tops that you would pick as you became more toddler era would always be a dress. And you would still pick bottoms, so you would wear shorts or leggings, and we would just combine your dress and your leggings. And I loved, I love imagining that and thinking back to that age, because it reminds me that you were just in a phase where you just love princesses, girly, cuteness, all of those things, yet you still wanted the freedom, and I wanted you to have the freedom. Daddy wanted you to have the freedom to be able to roll around on the playground in a dress without being concerned if anybody saw your underwear. I wanted you to be able to jump off of things and have your dress float up with shorts or leggings underneath that, even from a young age, I would encourage you to think about, what are we trying to accomplish with our outfit? And so I always joke around and say, you want to be able to wear what you want to wear and maybe also be ready to fight a bear. Have we ever fought a bear? No. But have we been able to pivot and do different things in our day and our week and our trips, because we were thinking forward with dressing in the way that with the mindset of, what do I want to accomplish with what I'm wearing? So even today, I just, on Wednesday, I just had a major surgery, and today is actually the first day since surgery that I've been able to wear real pants, and it's not pajama pants, but I'm wearing leggings and I'm wearing a sweatshirt, um, because today what I want to accomplish is slow movement. I want to accomplish resting. Later today, we're going to go have dinner at Auntie Esther and Uncle Andrew's house. And it's going to be my first time leaving the house since surgery. And I'm thinking, what we're going to do at Auntie Esther and Uncle Andrew's house? We're going to eat dinner and we're going to sit on the couch and we're going to hang out. So what am I trying to accomplish with this outfit? I'm accomplishing comfort. I'm accomplishing lounging. And so I dress accordingly. And so, girls, the higher the pants, the higher the confidence. It's just simply about finding out what's comfortable for you because you enter into spaces differently when you are not distracted with discomfort from your clothing. Second one, dress. Dress in a way with thinking of what you want to accomplish for the day. So when you're little, and actually to this day, you two very much still wear dresses with something underneath, like shorts and leggings. And you know what? I still wear dresses with bike shorts underneath because at any moment if I want to run and do a cartwheel or fight a bear or run from a bear, I'm gonna have shorts underneath to allow me to do that. And so just remember, my tiny typhoons, the higher the pants, the higher the confidence. I love you so much, and I'm so glad that I am finally able to sit down and record some of these videos to you. I love you. All right, thank you so much for watching today's letter to my tiny typhoons. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and remember, go out into the world and make it a better place. Bye.